All right, Javon, bowl week here. I know that not getting to play that last game of the season probably was a tough blow for you, but now you get an opportunity to go back out there. How much does it mean to you?
It means a lot to me to get back out there and just go out there, work with my brothers and the guys that I started the season with. So, Coach Reed says a lot about finishing, and I'm just thankful and glad that I get to finish with my brothers that I started this year out with. So, it really means a lot to me that I get to go out there and just finish with those guys and just go out there and just get another opportunity and another game to just go showcase our talent on the field.
What would it mean for you, and what would it mean for this team to win three straight bowl games, and particularly with the way this season has gone, such a hot start, and then stumbling in November. What would it mean to you to go out there and win this one?
I mean a lot to us. Obviously, it'll be us going three bowl games straight and us winning three bowl games. Like you said, starting the season off hot and not so good at the end of the season. So it'll just get us back on track regardless of us not having another game after this. It'll get us back on track for next year going through spring ball and stuff like that. So it'll mean a lot to this university too, from recruiting wise and stuff like that too. Three straight bowls, three straight wins. So us going out there and just preparing and going out there and playing our LU style of football would mean a lot for us to go out there and get a third one.
Physically, how are you at this point?
I'm good. I'm ready to go. Feel like the beginning of the season to me, especially with that little gap in between this game and last game. So I definitely feel very healthy and very ready to go.
Last one for me, then I'll get to the guys. Just defensively, the month of November, how would you characterize this team? I mean, going from a bad half at Ole Miss and then a really good half, and then holding Louisiana there for a bit before it got away. Army was its own different animal with the style of offense. I mean, how would you characterize where this defense is and where it needs to be?
I feel like we're not really too far off from where we should be at this point of the season. So I just feel like that we just go out there and just make more plays and just go out there and continue to be consistent. That's all I can really say at this point of the season. So just going out there and just being consistent and just causing more turnovers. And our defense has been pretty good and pretty solid throughout the season. So
let's go to Damien for the news in advance.
Hey, Javon, I know y'all's heads and bodies are here in Lynchburg, but are your hearts in Kansas with Story and his family?
Yes, sir, definitely.
What was the reaction when you guys heard the news about his mom's sudden passing, and what have you guys been doing for him during this time as he has to deal with burying his mom and then coming back to play for a bowl game?
My initial reaction was just like wow, and then I just instantly just sent him a message, and that's pretty it. Just send him a message, just being encouraging him, just being there for him. That's all we can do at this point.
Let's go to John from Messiah Bread.
Hey, Javon. Moving on from a little bit of the tragedy you guys have gone through there this week with Story and losing his mom. But you mentioned going to three straight bowl games. That's exciting for you as a player. And you had the 2019 bowl game where pre-COVID and the pandemic where everything was open up, and then last year was a little bit different. What are you most looking forward to this week as you get ready to, obviously play a game Saturday, but all the festivities that comes around being in a bowl game?
Just enjoying the time, the last few days of that I'll possibly see some of the senior guys is about to go away from here, and just building more camaraderie with the younger guys that still will be here for the next few years. So that's one of my biggest look forward to this week is just spending time with the guys and just learning a little bit more about the guys out there this week.
Damon.
Javon, Coach Aldridge was on earlier and says, there's no one on Eastern Michigan's offense stands out because all of them stand out. And as you've digested film and are going over the game plan, what do you guys notice about Eastern Michigan that you guys need to be able to stop on Saturday?
Just limit the explosive plays, just like every other game. Just limiting explosive plays and just stopping their best players. So as long as we go out there and do that as a defense and we put our offense in good field positions and they put us in good field position too, I I feel like it's a game that we should be able to go out there and just dominate.
Let's go to Ed Lane from Virginia Talk Radio Network.
Javon, you mentioned it earlier, just feeling a little bit more fresh. What, if anything, do you do uniquely during the bye? Is it just mostly rest? Is it different kind of workouts? How do you get your body back to where it's got the juice that you feel you guys need to battle Eastern Michigan?
Just a lot of rest and a lot of treatment, rehab, just stretching, stuff like that, just to get the muscles loose and not keep the muscles so tight throughout the bye as you're just lounging around the house and just getting little minimal lifts in. So I would just say just a lot of rehab and a lot of just initial little treatments and things like that just to keep your body up to par.
Let's go back to Damian.
Javon, Coach Freeze brought this up that he feels like he hasn't gotten the best out of this team this year, and he feels like he hasn't, pulled the right switches, hit the right buttons, and the focus now is finishing this year strong and getting the best out of this team in this bowl game. And how has that message been received in the locker room? And as a captain, what's been your message to these guys to be able to finish this year out on the right note?
I say my message to the team is just to do our part as players, just to come out here and just work every day, regardless of what position the coaches put us in or whatever's going on through the locker room. Just going out there and just finishing, doing our part as players. Because at the end of the day, we have ourselves and we have the guys that are in that locker room and the guys that's to the left, the right of us, in front of us, and behind us when we step on the field every Saturday. So I just think that the message to the team is just to go out there and just be consistent and just do what we know we're supposed to be doing as players. And at the end of the day, the coaches they'll come along and they'll figure out the pieces that they need to do for themselves and to put us in a position to make plays and just go be successful.
Javon, does Eastern Michigan's offense remind you of any team you've seen to this point, either this year or a past year?
Yeah, they run a lot of RPOs, so they a little bit like our offense, but just not as fast paced as our offense. So,
John.
Coach Freeze talked about Coach Dom and his promotion, getting named assistant head coach. And he said he was basically like the second head coach on the team, and he always goes to him. How much has he meant for you personally over these past 3 years?
To be honest, everybody in the locker room just thinks this Coach Dom is just another Coach Freeze, basically another head coach, because like everybody knows Coach Dom sees us probably 90% of the time, and we probably see our coaches, Coach Freeze, like 10% out of the year. So we really see Coach Dom a lot, and everybody looks up to Coach Dom way before the title that he just got handed to. We already basically looked at him as a head coach because, like I said, we see him a lot. We go to him a lot. He helps us a lot just through life, period, football-wise, small details, little big details. It doesn't matter. Any aspect of life, Coach Dom is somebody that me personally, I can go to and I can just sit down and talk to him, and he'll shoot me straight on most of the things. So I think that just Coach Dom alone, to me, is a personal value. I value him a lot. Anything that I think that's going on, I can go talk to him about it, and he'll 90% of the time he'll go get it figured out, and he'll shoot me back by the end of the day just to let me know how things went with the conversation that me and him had.